Welcome back to the show. We're always like when the Chamber, Harrison Regional. Why am I having such a hard time with that today?
No. It's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
It is a tongue twister. I agree.
Yeah, and it took 6 months to change the name.
I know it did.
It took forever, and I was in the middle of all that. So why should it be such a hard thing for me? We have with us on the end there, Patty Methvin is here, and the new events coordinator. We have Kaye Collier Blair. There, I don't know why it's.
You wouldn't nervous about it.
There we go. I'm Patty McFarland Methvin.
That's right.
And she's Kaye
And I am
Collier Blair. There we go.
There
we go. And we all grew up here.
And
That's
I'm
right.
Danny Ray Reynolds.
Danny
There.
Ray.
Okay.
I'm Patricia Ann, actually. So anyway, but
How y'all doing?
we all grew up together.
I know that,
We
and
did.
I'm
We
feeling that there's going to be a cat fight at
You're
some
gonna
point.
be-
No, because we all grew up together. Don't mess with us.
Ostracized or-
You'll be cat fighting on me and throwing me
Yes,
out of this
absolutely.
conversation.
Yeah, we will.
Don't
We're
mess
gonna
with
take
us.
over. Can you just leave? We'll go on a break.
We got all this. We got it. We don't need you anymore.
So what are we going to talk about today? You got a lot of things going on down the
Mm-hmm.
chamber,
We did.
and it's a whirlwind going on.
It
down
really
there sometimes.
is.
Yeah.
Can I'll start with the first thing
Please
because
do.
it's the
Please
first
do.
thing
Please
coming
do.
up. Tuesday, the 20th, we're going to have a customer service seminar that we'd like for people to sign up for. It's Bill Drury. He is Zig Ziglar trained, and he's going to come and customer service is huge. You know that. That's the biggest
Yeah.
issue we all have in our
Yeah.
companies. You can never have enough training or enough customer service.
Zig Ziglar changed perception of customer service from a negative to all positive,
All
right?
positive.
Yeah.
And what he talks about, some of the topics he talks about, my favorite was how to handle the 10 most difficult people. You
Yes.
know,
And we've all
and
come
you've
into
got to
contact
learn
with
that.
those.
One was turning your irate customers into your best customers, who making a great first impression. Just a lot of tips. It's 8:30 to noon Tuesday at the JPH Center, not the Duran Center,
Yeah.
the JPH Center. It's $109 per person, so you need to holler at the chamber ASAP and get signed up for that. But it's going to be a great morning, and I think we
Just
can
that
all learn.
one customer alone should be enough to want to find out the answer. How to
Absolutely.
convert that person.
And what he says is, well, there's some quotes. 96% of unhappy customers never complain, but 91% of them will not buy again from that
Right.
business.
Exactly.
And you
But
never know
in
why.
these
Why?
days,
Yeah.
that 5% of customers that do complain, they do it on Facebook.
It's everywhere.
And it's
That's
everywhere.
right.
So
Yeah,
to
yeah.
avoid that
Definitely.
is huge.
Mm-hmm.
So we
And
think this
people
is
just don't necessarily. You're not necessarily born with that skill,
Right.
Or you get hired into a position and you don't mean to be perhaps not
Exactly.
the best at customer service, but
You know,
just
my husband Ramsey
knowledge.
grew up in Doug Hudson world, and he's the best. He was
Oh,
the
yeah.
best with
Yeah.
customer service. If he didn't know people's names, he would go around and ask, and he
Yeah.
would call you by name.
And that-
One of the biggest
means
things
a
he
lot to
learned was
people.
don't park. You know, your employees shouldn't park in the front door, and
Yeah.
it just drives me insane when I go places and I can't park to shop, or when we go to ribbon
Sure.
cuttings,
Yeah.
Kay and
We
I'm like,
park.
we park at the bottom of the parking lot because
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
there to do a ribbon cutting
Right.
for that business. We want their customers to park
Right.
at the front door. Little things like that
well,
Yeah.
an important
that
an important
matter.
thing.
They are.
Yeah, and just being thoughtful of it.
You talked about Doug Hudson. When I would go in there, he would
He
stop
made a
and
point.
he made a point to stop and greet me, and I'm like,
That
"There's
was,
Well,
cameras
John
in
King
here.
does
Why
that too
is it
now.
doing that?"
there was
Yeah.
another thing on here. What was it? Learning how to learn people's names, which I think is so important.
Yes.
So anyway, it's a great opportunity. It's
That's it.
Tuesday.
Even if you call them by their maiden name,
Well, I
at least
didn't
you know their name.
It's just been 27 years that we've been married, so I don't know
Whatever,
why
yeah.
you didn't
Yeah.
call me by my married name. And I'll always be at McFarland, so that's okay.
Well,
Well, they're
a lot
probably-
of success in business is internal.
Yes.
And if you can create a core of positiveness and exude that, which we all can't do, but knowing what a customer feels is really important.
It really is.
Yeah.
And just being aware of it, too. We have the perfect example in Sarah Watkins. She's just amazing at customer service.
That's
Yes.
that's the
She'll
other
spin. She's
musketeer
our other.
that's not
yes,
here today.
She's
That's
our
right.
third musketeer.
That's
You
right.
know, there'll be times when I'll say, "Who was that you were on the phone with for 30 minutes?" And it was somebody trying to find the burial plot of a family member because they
Right.
were coming to town. You know,
Wow.
she took the time to make sure that
Yeah.
they
She
got the
does.
information they need, and we're so lucky to have her.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
So
We learned a
Well-
lot from
Great.
her.
And lucky to have.
And Kay.
Segue here.
Yes. Kay is going to
Blair.
talk to you about another very important
That's
something
right.
that's coming up.
That's right.
So
that's
let's
right.
let you have the floor.
Okay. Well, we have our Chamber Awards Luncheon coming up.
Okay.
And this is the Community Service Awards Luncheon. It's on April 7th. And we need nominations.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And the categories that we're needing nominations for, I'll just go over them quickly. There's the Spirit of Boone County Community Service Award. And this is for an outstanding individual volunteer. Okay. Then the next is the Nonprofit Organization Award of Excellence. It's a nonprofit organization award. Then we have the Rising Star Award of Honor, and this is for an individual who's 40 years old or younger.
Okay.
And then the Distinguished Leader in a Small Business Award, and that's, as it says, for a small business, 75 employees or less. And this doesn't have to be the owner of the business. It can be the
Okay.
owner or someone who is, highly involved in the business.
Okay.
And then the
So that means, like, if there's a franchise or something like that too, it doesn't have to necessarily be
Yeah.
locally owned.
Yeah.
It can
Okay.
be a small business that's done good stuff in the community.
Okay.
So that's
And then we
cool.
were talking about maiden names, and the last award I want to mention is the Jerry McFarland Outstanding Youth and Youth Organization Award. And Patty might want to tell us about that because that is near and
It
dear to her
is.
heart.
It's named after my daddy because of the work that he did for so many years with youth. And so we look for a youth or a youth organization that has done great things in our community. And so our biggest thing is we need nominations. You're sitting there thinking, oh, so-and-so should get that. But if you don't tell
We
us
need to
that,
tell ya.
That's
yeah,
right.
we need you to fill out these forms
Yeah.
and help us.
Now, if they say nominate someone that has already received that award, are they eligible, or do you try to find new?
We try to find new, but that doesn't mean if somebody's gone above and beyond again, that wouldn't preclude them from winning. But
Okay.
but we really look to try to spread the wealth.
Well,
but
sure.
but sometimes there's those people that have a project that's really great, and then 15, 20 years ago later they
Yeah.
have another one,
Right.
and that we wouldn't necessarily not choose them for that reason.
Okay.
So, but it really helps us a lot when the community comes out, because we're in the community and we do a lot in the community, but we don't know everything, and we don't know everybody,
Right.
And we like to hear from the community about who they think needs to be awarded.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's that person that's working in the trenches that needs to be recognized for that project or the year-long event that they've done, or maybe it's a accumulation of 10 years of service that
Right.
no one knows about
Right.
and needs to
True.
be highlighted.
And we have the luncheon. We've kind of streamlined that, and somebody, I think it's you, Dan, helps us with the videos. So we video we will let the community know who the
And
recipients are.
which is kind of neat because you did this last year. Instead of springing the award on them and then showing their video, they know that they're going to win
Right.
the award, and we bring them into the studio here. And that's one of the projects I really look forward to doing,
I bet.
because I get to dig inside their past and all the things that they've done, and it's fun
You
for me
like
to do.
that.
I do. I like to dig deep and pull things out of people.
I
in the
remember
interviews.
when we changed it. I remember Campbell Insurance was getting the Small Business Award, and John and Libby Campbell were in the foyer because they didn't want the boys to know they were there because it's supposed to be a
Yeah.
surprise.
Yeah.
And I thought they should be sitting at the table.
They should be.
They
yeah.
should have gotten. And so and I remember when my dad received an award, and I had to hide because I didn't always go. I had come back to town, and I wanted to be sitting beside him when he won.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why we changed it, so family and friends could come and be a part of the process.
Yeah.
And then we sell more tickets. That doesn't hurt.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And it's
Shameless plug.
It's surprising to the people that they're sitting here doing the interview with me, and I edit a little bit of that. And for instance, Robbie Cotton,
Oh, Robbie.
she had,
Oh.
and she just passed away recently.
Yes.
And when I did the interview for her, she had no idea that she's being interviewed, because I kind of like to do those kind of interviews. We're going to sit and talk a little bit before we get started. And we talked for 10, 15 minutes, and I had plenty to edit from. And then I said, well, thanks for being here. He goes, we did the interview? We're not going to start? She goes, oh, you had me totally off guard. So, but that's
That's good.
that's the
That
great
is
part of it, because
Now
you
you've
pull all
told
that.
the people that are going to win
That's
how it's
okay.
going to be.
Yeah.
You've given
All
away
right.
your
Give away your
secret.
trade secret.
I'll trick them.
And I'm so thrilled that we were able to do that for Robbie before she passed
Yeah.
away.
Definitely.
That was
She's
pretty
very
neat.
deserving of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Very
was
much.
awesome. And she sold 5 tables worth of tickets too. So.
Goodness.
She was working.
She was.
She was.
She was. Love it.
Great. What else is going on, Chamber?
Okay, our second ever eShip University
Yeah.
entrepreneurship.
That was quite successful,
It was
wasn't it?
awesome. It was one of the neatest things I've been a part of in a long time. Talking about my dad, I kept thinking, "Oh, you're looking down, thinking this is cool."
Yeah. yeah.
So we've got application forms out for people to apply to be a part of eShip University. You have to have a business in Boone County or planning to start a business in Boone County.
Okay.
This is kind of how to do business in Boone County 101 to apply. Once you apply, if you get accepted, you are a participant in our eShip University, which is 8 weeks. It's on Tuesday nights from 5:30 to 7:30 or sometimes 8:30, depended last time. And different business people come and talk about their specialty, insurance or accounting or legal or whatever it is you need to know. We have Wade Phillips from the city come and talk about facilities and your code enforcement and those kinds of things. So 8 weeks worth of this. At the end of the 8 weeks, you should have a business plan that's
Yeah.
in good enough shape to take to a bank for funding or to be a part of our business plan competition. So we
great.
have a competition and we give away money and all kinds of prizes.
Cool.
Wow.
The package for the winner last year was about $28,000 in value.
Neat.
Wow.
And the runner-up was about $15,000 in value. So to help your business, but you also get your name out there that you're starting. All 15 of our businesses
That's
last
important.
time we're gonna open. A few of them haven't yet, but they're still working on it. So it's just about helping people to start business. Small business is key.
It
is
is.
so important in this day and age.
I wished I had that when I first started my first
yeah.
business. Yeah.
The feedback we got was just like that. And we had some people that were in business that went back and redid some things. Marketing's a big piece of it. We had people who thought they were ready. We had one couple that were very young. Matter of fact, they missed because they had to go on their honeymoon. They missed one night. That's the only people that ever missed.
I think that would be more important.
Well, we kind of gave them a hard time, but then we said, yeah, go on. But they changed. They said, we're not opening this business. The market's saturated.
Yeah,
They learned
yeah,
that in the
yeah,
class.
good.
We don't have the funding.
Yeah.
And our goal is to sustainability for businesses, but also maybe to save your inheritance or your savings account because you're not ready or, again,
Yeah.
the market's saturated or whatever that is.
That's great.
We'll
Or,
run out of time. When is that going to be?
the applications are now
Yeah.
to the end of January, and we'll start February 10th with the classes.
All right.
So
More
get your
information, call the
application
chamber
in.
at
And get your
741-2659.
nominations for the Chamber
Yeah.
Awards luncheon. as
And come
well.
to our customer
call-
service
just
seminar.
Call the Chamber for all the information.
Yeah.
They've got everything.
I got a lot
So
of
That
that's-
sounds good.
Thanks, girls. Appreciate
Thank
it very much
you.
for you being here. Thanks to everyone to watching our show. Thanks so much for being a part of what we do. A lot of things going on. I'd like to announce some things, but we don't have time to do it today. We'll do it on the next show. Thank you very much, Ann, for being a part of the show.
Oh, no,
Appreciate it.
Dan, thank you. Okay.
She's crazy. We'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching.